Okay, so this is my end of the semester final project GT1000 video diary. So this is titled a snapshot of my semester. So what I'm going to start out is talk about what my typical week looks like. So my typical week, Mondays, Wednesdays, well, every day I have calculus 2 at 9 a.m. either a lecture, or which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or recitation Tuesday and Thursday. Then every day after that, I always go back to my dorm, and I don't have another class, and I find something to do, either homework or just sit around and relax for that couple hours. And I have on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays I have chemistry at noon. I have my chemistry lecture. I don't even have anything Tuesdays and Thursdays. In fact, Thursdays I don't have any classes after my calculus recitation at 9 o'clock. So that's really nice. And then after that I have about an hour off, and then I have English on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays at 2. And then I go straight from that to GT1000 on Mondays, and then to my chemistry lab on Wednesdays. On Tuesdays I have I have COE 1000. I had COE 1000, which is College of Engineering, at 3 o'clock, and then I would have and that was from 3 to 4, and then I would have my chemistry recitation from 5 to 6 after that. My typical Mondays, I would have gymnastics club practice from 8 to 10:30 at a gym just outside of Atlanta. We would drive there, and then Tuesdays, my typical Tuesday evenings, I would have fencing practice from 8 to 10. My typical Wednesday evenings I spent at my fraternity ZBT for our chapter meeting. That would be a couple hours long, and then Thursday evenings I usually had fencing practice again from 8 to 10. And then Friday, I don't really have anything after English. I would do homework or relax or go to a party on Friday night. So, not much would happen. My typical Saturday was actually spent at the football games, because there are actually so many Saturdays that there are so few Saturdays that I didn't have anything going on without a football game or without something else going on, that there's only like one or two this semester. And so my typical Saturday would be spent, I would get up early, and I would have to go to ZBT and clean the house for alumni that came over for the home game. And then I would come back to my dorm, I would shower, I would eat, and I would get ready to go to the game. I would go to ZBT before the game for a little bit of tailgating, and then I would go watch the game at whatever time that was. And then afterwards I would go back to ZBT and watch other football games that evening. My typical Sunday would be, I would wake up, and then I would go to the Wesley Foundation, which is the Methodist campus foundation here at Georgia Tech, and I would go there for Sunday morning services. Then afterwards, that afternoon, I would go to fencing practice from 4 to 6, and then after that, I would do homework or study or relax that evening. Now I'm going to go over some highlights for this semester. And so, at the beginning of the semester, I rushed Zeta Beta Tau Fraternity, ZBT. I had actually not planned on rushing this at all, but I met a couple of the guys the first night that I was here, and they invited me over, and I went over there. The first night that I was over there, I actually got bidded that first night, so that was a really good thing, and I could tell that they really wanted me to be there. So, after a little bit of thinking, I decided to join ZBT, and so that was, the first really big thing that happened this semester. And then, actually, before the semester started at Facet, I decided that I would join the fencing club. I signed up for that at Facet, and then I started fencing. Like I said, I have fencing practice 3 times a week. I had a lot of fun. I actually went to my first tournament at the beginning of October. We went to University of Georgia and did the NCAA, which is a team fencing format. There, I fence a weapon called epee, which is not your traditional fencing one. When most people think of fencing, they think of foil, which is another weapon, but I fence epee, which is slightly different. And my team, we fenced, there are 5 or 6 different teams there, including 2 from Georgia. There are 2 tech teams there, and then there's also a Georgia Southern and a Gainesville College team. We went 2-3, losing to the other tech team and then Georgia Southern and Gainesville. But we managed to beat both the Georgia teams, which is a really good result, we feel. And we finished well against the other teams. We just weren't as good as them. And the Georgia Southern and Gainesville teams had experience, unlike us, who were all fencing at our first tournament. And so a couple weeks later, I went to my first USFA tournament. And at that tournament, it was individual style format, so to where we're fencing individuals. I competed in both the C and under, which C refers to a fencing rating, and you can be rated A through E, or U, which is unrated. I'm a U because I haven't fenced at any USFA tournaments, and so I fenced in the C and under and in the open divisions. I didn't do very well on that day, but I got a lot of good experience for future tournaments. Another big thing that I did was at the first week at Tech Rec, or not Tech Rec, but at the CRC open house thing that they did. There are several different sports clubs there, one including the gymnastics club. So I decided that I would join the gymnastics club. So it's a lot of fun. I did gymnastics when I was really little, but I have pretty much no experience with gymnastics, so I did that, and I've had a lot of fun. I've made a lot of progress. I've actually gotten my front flip, and I've been working, and I'm really close to getting my back flip, which is a really good thing, just in one semester. So the last highlight of this semester was Georgia Tech football. It was an interesting year. We started out fine. We barely lost in a heartbreaker to Virginia Tech, and then we beat Presbyterian and Virginia handily. So it looked like it was going to be a good year, and then we lost 3 in a row to Miami, and then we got destroyed by Middle Tennessee, which was very bad, and then we got destroyed by Clemson. After that, we had our bye week, but we fired our defensive coordinator Al Groh, which was a good thing. It led to better results for us. And then we beat Boston College, and then in our homecoming game, it was a big game. If we won this, we would have we'd be looking good, but we lost to BYU, which was sad. And then we played Maryland, North Carolina, and Duke, the first 2 away, and Duke at home. And we did really good. We beat all of them, and we beat them all by a significant number of points. We did really well. And so at that point in the season, we were 6-5, and so we were looking really good. We found out that Miami was implementing a postseason ban, so we decided that we would. So we knew that we were going to be division champions, and we'd be going to the ACC championship game and probably a bowl game after that. So then we played Georgia, and it was our worst game of the season. We lost like 42-10. It was really bad, and then so we decided, so we were next week. We played in the ACC championship game, which was not as bad as the Georgia game, but still not a great game. We lost to Florida State, and so we finished 6-7. But we will be going to a bowl game next week, and hopefully we will be able to pull off a win in the Sun Bowl against University of Southern California. Okay, so I'm going to talk about these last 3 weeks of school. So I've just gotten off of Hell Week, which as the name implies, it was hell. I had a few projects due, and I had an exam. I was up late a couple nights. It was a lot of work, but I survived, and it was good. And I feel that I did good that week. This week is dead week, so there's not much going on. I have a couple of projects due, and then I just have to study for my finals next week. Finals next week are going to be interesting and hard because I don't have anything the first 4 days of finals, but I have 2 exams on the Friday of finals week. First one at 8, the next one right after that with like 40 minutes in between at 11:30, and afterwards I will be done for the semester. I'm looking forward to being done. I'm pretty tired. This has been a long semester, but I think it was a good one. And so this has been a snapshot of my semester.